Just stopping off to visit Kenny's buy and sell trade. I've heard of this shop from the legendary Goldtooth. Tried to visit before a good couple of years ago, but it was closed. It looks like he is open. So this is like Rotherham, Sheffield way. I think it's called Dinnington. So again, looking for Sega game gear. Let's go see what we can find out. Let's go. So here we are, Kenny's, down in Dinnington, Sheffield, South Yorkshire. Pretty sure that address is right. So yeah, it's like a little sort of unit. You wouldn't come past it necessarily by foot. It's around the back of like a little sort of high street-ish, or like town. But you definitely have to drive to it. There's loads of free parking out the front. You wouldn't tell it's a retro or toy collecting shop from the front window, but it does lots of other stuff like laptop repairs, and there was someone in there actually inquiring about that as we walked into the store. I did make my purchases, then asked to film afterwards. When I went in the shop, I couldn't find any loose game gear, and I asked him, and they were right in front of me. I didn't see behind the counter, so he pulled the rack out. Look at all these lovely games. Absolutely over the moon with that. So yeah, I made my purchases. You'll see the free pickups at the end of the video when we head back to the games room, and I'll show footage of all those games as well once I've tried them out and tell you what I think. So I'm just trying to sort of scan the shop now, see what we can see. Another nice little box, decent condition. Game gear there, lots of stuff behind these lovely little glass cabinets. Everything was very, very neat. Again, a nice, decent sized store, similar to the one we went to previously in Sheffield. That was similar size to this, I'd say. This is definitely bigger, actually. This was bigger than that one, which was Super Retro Video Games. Check out that video if you haven't already seen it. So this is episode 4 of the UK Game Gear Tour. I just wanted to scale around and show as much as I could without boring you to death of what this store has to offer. Because if you are local to Sheffield, then you can pop in store and obviously take a look yourself. You might not be aware from this store.
Oh, that's different.
But if you have been there, you know exactly, what a top guy Kenny is and how good this shop is. Loads of retro, so many box consoles, different systems, great condition games. Look at that. Absolutely loads. Floor to ceiling of spines. Look at all these doubles in the Mega Drive. So many games. I think I looked at the old Captain America one there. There's lots of figures, toys and collectibles there as well. Really good condition. Everything's in baggies. You can see if there's a manual in there. Things are decently priced. If you're not local, like myself, and you can't get up there, I love this gameplay with Fury back in the day. Absolutely love that beat 'em up. I'll put a link to his website in the description, and it's not just a website so you can see, what's in the shop or where it is. You can actually buy and make purchases. Look at all that Master System. So you can just order wherever you are in the country, pay for the postage and he'll ship it to you. So definitely worth looking at. I mean, look at all of this. It's a decent store. Like if you was local, then you'd be over the moon to have this. And look at that. Seeing Sunset Riders, is that how you say it? Like that's a rare game that's normally behind glass counters. That's how much good stock he's got. But that's just there. You can have a look at. So that's how much pricey games they got. I do tell you what, I do like that little sexy Lara Croft. That's lucky she was behind the glass, or she would have got covered in mayonnaise. But yeah, really good store. I thought I'd show you guys these toys. I'm not really that into them, these collectible stuff, but I always show you guys in case that is what you're into. Loads of Switch. We're starting to see that more and more now. That is definitely the sort of retro gamer's modern console of choice, just because of all the indie games. But they're quite hard to see from the shelf. I think that might be some Lynx Atari up there. Some lovely, nice condition box Game Boy as well. But yeah, everything was here. Original Xbox, N64, Super Nintendo, Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, Master System, SNES, NES. It's all there, guys. What an absolute top shop it is. So yeah, I think just check it out. You can see just how neat and tidy and well presentable everything was.
Got another Jason here as well.
This was absolutely awesome to see. I do like the old Friday 13 stuff. I do like my horror stuff, but I would end up with more on the shelf. I just don't know what to do with it, so I have to leave some stuff there. But yeah, obviously we're here purely for Sega Game Gear, and that's all I wanted to get. So we'll wrap this one up. We'll head back to the games room so we can see exactly what I've got in the pickups. I did find some box Game Gear games. There was a couple here, but that literally was all he had. And obviously I'm not too bothered about the box games. Like, I don't really like the box art on a lot of Master System games or the Game Gear, because that old sort of school graph paper, if you know what I mean. These toys are pretty cool. Some nice old wrestling stuff there as well. Been a bit hypocritical really, because I have got some old wrestling figures, some collectible ones up in the box. But yeah, some really good stuff. Really cool, nice and neat, clean shop. Like, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again with these shops, but I've just seem to be really lucky. All these shops I visit up north are really, really nice shops. So, but yeah, that's Kenny's, guys. So check him out. Check out the website. Let's head back to the games room. Back in HQ, what a shop. I've got to say a big shout out and thanks to Goldtooth, because if it wasn't for him, I would never have found this shop. So I know I've mentioned it previously, but when I went to Doorway to Darkness a good couple of years ago, obviously he said, check out Kenny's. He was like, look, I'll show you around. You've got to go to this other shop. It's only 20 minutes drive from here. We tried to go down there. I said it in the intro before, and it was closed. But I get that, things happen, that's life, you know. I don't know what happened on that day, but it was closed, unfortunately. So it was a bit of like, we winged it. It was on the way back. I know I said previously in the last video, I was like, this is the end of an epic weekend, because that was the third episode, like around Yorkshire sort of regions. But yeah, this time, this was the final one. I forgot about Kenny's basically, because we went up Doncaster, then we went up to Leeds, then we came back round like Sheffield, like through Rotherham, and then this, I forget the town that this is in, but it's kind of part of like Sheffield, Rotherham, Doncaster. It's that kind of area, but I forget what it's called, so apologies if I offend anyone. I put the address up earlier, I'll put the address up now. From memory, it's something like Dinnington or Donington, but I'll probably butcher whatever it is, so please don't shoot me. But yeah, he was open today. So Kenny's was open, and this was on a random Monday. So I'm getting all my days mixed up. Even the last video, I said it was on a Sunday. That's why the shop was quiet and I could film. But no, it was a Monday, because that day was actually my birthday. That was the day we had off, and we travelled back down to Essex. So yeah, what a epic weekend. And yeah, just thanks to Goldtooth for showing me Kenny's, because now whenever I go back that way, like at the end of the month, I'm going to go up to Manchester to Arcade Club again. I was supposed to be going up to Edinburgh. I can't say that either. Edinburgh up in Scotland, and that trip now I think is too expensive, so we're going to go Manchester instead. So I might see what we can swing by, maybe go somewhere else, maybe through Leicester or whatnot, depending on what route we go, and check out some other gaming shops. But at least now I know what Kenny's has, and that's why I want to do a bit of a shop tour as well. I'm really sorry it wasn't a very detailed one, but everything was so neat and there were so many games everywhere, it would have been just a bit boring and a bit long-winded if I just scanned every shelf. So these shop tours, they're literally just 5 minutes in the shop, so you can see what sort of stock and range. Obviously I can't film slowly enough the spine of every game. It would take ages. So I just stop and pull out the odd thing like I do with the old commentary with a voiceover and say what I see. But enough waffling. All I would say with Kenny's is the website you can order from if you're not local, and the address, all that information is on the website. I'll put a link to that in descriptions video, so when you hit the subscribe button, if you're not already a subscriber to Marathon Gaming, check out the website and support Kenny's, because he's a great shop, great guy. And while you're there, give Goldtooth a shout as well, and check him out. He's a very, very funny guy. He makes me laugh on the cloudiest of days, so do check him out and give him a sub as well. Now, enough of all that willy-nilly, let's get on to the actual pickups. I've literally just fresh, these are in the memories, I've just played them. I always like to play the game a little minute so I know what I'm talking about. So I got, there we could see there was a fair decent selection of game gear. Again, not only didn't know if he was open, I didn't know if he was going to have any game gear, loose games, and they were behind the shelf. So the first clip you saw was of the game gear selection, because I went in, I looked around the shop, couldn't see any other than 2 box games. I said, oh, you've got no loose carts, game gear, and he was like, oh no, they're behind him. So obviously, as always, I make my purchase first, then ask if I can have permission to film. And yeah, he was cool. He's cool as a cucumber, and he was like, yeah, do what you got to do, mate. So I did the filming from then. So all those games, I started pulling some out. I had to think realistically, because I was like, look, I've seen some of these before, I can get these at CEX. And I didn't pick up anything necessarily expensive. I picked up a few games, like didn't pay more than £20. I'm going to show you price comparisons to CEX anyway. I just picked up 3 very cheap games, very enjoyable games. So in no order in particular, the first game I went to, there's 3 here, 3 pickups. I went for Lion King. I'll show footage of all these games as well. So yes, I went for Lion King. Massive fan of Lion King on the Sega Mega Drive. I did Platinum Master System, assuming this is a direct port from that. But yeah, it plays very well. It plays exactly like the Mega Drive version, but obviously it's Master System, like hardware inside, isn't it? Engine or whatnot. Engine might be a bit of a glorified word, but yeah, it was a direct port from that. It played very well, played the first level. Obviously a bit limited with the Game Gear screen. A bit like when you play a port of Pac-Man, there's only so much you can see. You wish you could see more. especially when you're traversing through a game like Lion King, where you've got to go through all the levels. It's quite hard to see. I can't wait to get Aladdin, because Aladdin I loved as a kid on the Mega Drive. But I've got lots of memories from this game, Lion King, and that is just purely from around my cousin's house when we was younger. Me and my sisters would go around our cousins, and they had the game, so we'd sit there, me and all the girls, and we'd play Lion King on their system. I don't remember owning it ourselves, but my memories are corrupt, so who knows. Yeah, it's a really fun game. It plays very well on a Game Gear. Other than I say, on that first level, it is hard to see, to navigate. But yeah, it works perfect with the 2 buttons. You don't need that third button like you do on a Mega Drive. Obviously, if you played it on a Master System, you'd be used to it with 2 buttons anyway. The only thing I would say, and you might have heard it here a little bit, because I know I turned the volume down so you can hear me talking over the top, but from the footage of the clip, the song just sounded like if you ordered Lion King off Wish. It just sounded, I don't know, it doesn't quite get anywhere. It's like duh, 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 duh. It's like misses a note every now and again. It's really, really funny. Yeah, the music was a little bit, yeah. But yeah, so great game. Again, this is how much it costs at CEX. So all of these games are literally like £5 each. And they were priced pretty similar. I think this next game is the only one that might have been priced a few quid more than CEX. So this is my favourite game from the pick. Alien 3. Don't know if there's an Alien 1 and 2 on a Game Gear. I'm pretty sure there isn't. But it's a third of the series of Alien games they've gone for, or it refers to the third film. Is there Alien 3? There is Alien 3. There's 3, isn't there, from the original trilogy? Yeah, it's just 3, isn't it? So maybe it's from the third film. I can't say I noticed, because I just literally played the first level. But you'll see from the footage now, this is an awesome game. So from going to play Lion King for 10 minutes, then going to put Alien 3 in, the music was so good straight away. It's a typical like run and gun, you know, like Metal Slug and whatnot. Like it's proper. As soon as your level starts, you're running. There's bombs flying down, like airstrike on you. You'll get down, bomb this nuclear base or bunker, and you're armed with grenades. Like you feel so powerful, but there's enemies everywhere. And you're just either throwing or rolling underarm, trying to blitz through. It's a proper run and gun as quick as you can. Just get through that level. Really, really good on a timer. No, hold on a minute. I'm mixing this up with Terminator. No, I'm sorry, I'm talking absolute shit. That's Terminator. Hold on a minute, hold that thought. That was Terminator, proper run and gun. I was just about to say about the aliens, and I was thinking, hold on, where are the aliens? I'm not even cutting this, I'm leaving it in, it's hilarious. Right, that was Terminator, so it starts, and then you'd see from the footage, and you go down into the bunker. Cool, I'm tired today, on this bank holiday Monday when I'm filming this. And yeah, and then you literally got these grenades, and that is just complete run and gun game. It really is. That is Terminator. So this one again is a £5 game. This is how much it costs at CEX. Apologies for that. Right, back to Alien. So Alien starts. It's very, very good. Terminator music is really good. Is what I want to say. But the Alien music is very, very good as well. So right, back to Alien, to the correct game. Hopefully I'll put the correct footage in as well. So on this game, literally it's really good. You can press like down, and with the second button, you've got a fire button, then a second action button. When you press down, you can change ammo. You have flamethrower. You have to pick up ammunition for that, which is obviously really cool to use. You've got machine gun. And you kind of have to, every time you step a few like screens, you kind of just press the trigger anyway. Because if you don't, the aliens will come so thick and fast. And it's not like there's one alien hunting you and it's scary. They will fly out of nowhere. There'll be like in the first level, there's probably 6 to 10, maybe a dozen aliens to get. You're traversing through the levels, trying to save all the prisoners, and to complete the level, I think you have to save X amount of prisoners, like 12 or something. But yeah, it starts, it's really cool fire. So first time I played it, I used all my ammunition up, and then I was saving people. But every time the alien came out of nowhere, I was trying to jump out of the way, I'll go back up a ladder. A bit like Mario versus Donkey Kong, that sort of screen layout. And I was trying to sort of get away and escape, but I ended up just getting pounced on. They just pounce on you. So it's really cool, really fast-paced game. That is definitely the showstopper. Yeah, really, really good. Really enjoyed it. The music on both those games are cool, actually, on Terminator and on Alien. But yeah, the fact that you can change ammunition is really cool. I was using a machine gun, and I thought, oh no, I'll save the flamethrower for a bit later on. But yeah, really, really good game. But I'd like to know if any of you guys, I mean, Lion King, you've probably played it on another system. If you haven't played Lion King, I'd say to go play it. But unless you've got nostalgia from a kid, as a recommendation, I don't know if I would say Lion King, because I absolutely love it. Like, I've got the box variation up the top there on the, I might as well show you, up the top there of the Aladdin and of the Lion King. But yeah, it's an absolute... That's handy, isn't it? The old tripod. That's what she calls me. But yeah, it's a good game. But if you haven't got like nostalgia for it, I don't know if you want to go back. It's really difficult. Like Aladdin's a really good game. This is good, and it's got some really cool levels like that one where it's like full on safari. You're swinging from like the tail of giraffes and the elephant's trunks flipping you up and all that stuff. A lot of good memories, and then a stampede level. It's a really hard game. It was really hard, so it might frustrate you. Giggity. But yeah, these two games, obviously I played Terminator. I'm sure there's a Terminator 2 on the Mega Drive as well. I've got some Terminator games and Robocop, Terminator versus Robocop and the Mega Drive. They're all really good games. But there's nothing I've played as a Terminator that's like this. So I'm going to assume this is not a port and it's a unique title, unless it is a port from the Master System and the Mega Drive Terminator was a different game. So guys, yeah, let me know. Have you played this? I don't know much about it. And apologies for mixing these two up. I hope I didn't confuse anyone. You're probably shouting at me in the comments. Yeah, Alien 3, what an awesome game that is. So I'm assuming there's no other Alien games on the Game Gear, and this is just referring to not the third game in its franchise. I'm assuming it's referring to the third film, if you know what I mean, or whether they're the same thing. But yeah, let us know, guys, which of those games you think are awesome. Have you been to Kenny's? Are you local to the area? Is there any other shops around there that I should have gone to? And shout out to Goldsmith again, please check him out. And yes, please check out, go and see Kenny's. And if you liked any of the stock in there, if there's anything you've seen which you think I should have grabbed, let me know in the comments, or just head direct onto Kenny's website yourself. And yeah, it looks like a pretty decent website, and you can just order stock and get sent straight to your house. What's not to love? Anyway, guys, have a great week. I'll see you soon. Cheers. I'm Mario. And I am the Hedgehog. And today, with this...